Martin, and thank you for the introduction. And I will now step on some of the elements of what are we, how are we defining messages in zeros, and how are we testing and validating these in cross tests in Europe. The short introduction of what I will show is some details of what are our hybrid CRTS element and what are the specified components. We are having a zeros work cycle, how we define use cases, how we then test them internally in zeros, which is at the end of the day a big harmonization platform in Europe. And then we publish the full specifications and we test and validate them. And we have done so in an overall cross test for the whole group in 2021 and in 2023. And as 2023 was also including hybrid parts of those tests, I will look at some details of these. You have seen this picture before, and now I would like to go into this message distribution chain at the lower end of this picture. So we in zeros have defined within our hybrid specifications the basic rules that we are using a message protocol AMQP, and therefore we use also for the geographic areas and the message distribution, we use so-called tiles, which are defined with a quad-tree algorithm. Based on these tiles and on the message types, these messages are published in queues. And for these publication, you first need a message broker, which collects these messages from the central unit or from the roadside units and then distributes it. And these brokers are linked between them based on an IP link. Second, there is a second element you need, and these are these AMQP clients, which subscribe to their selected messages on their way and targeted to specific message types, to areas of interest, to other criteria, and to many other smart things that can be inserted in such a client. Yeah, we are quite aware that some of these clients already now exist, but there will be many future different options how you select these messages and how you target your filtering. At the end of the day, these messages are then delivered to the mobile or the in-vehicle CRTS stations. What is all the background of this in zeros? How is our working cycle to get this done and tested? And we are concentrating our efforts on really use cases that are fully defined from a functional point of view, but that are also tested and validated from single zeros countries or from zeros partners. And then they are proposed as an overall CRTS message, but also as a use case internally in zeros, and are harmonized there, but also already together with external partners from industry. For example, we collaborate deeply with car-to-car communication consortium. At the end of this harmonization task, we publish these use case specifications and follow the implementations by our members. And then we test and validate these specifications on public roads all over Europe. Such a test cycle was organized in 2021 and was organized in 2023 with a confirmation of service interoperability. And in 2023, this test cycle included already DENIM, IVI, but also SPAT map and OMPA, so parking availability messages published by the CRTS brokers, and you will see some details soon. Where are our releases available? And there you see a link at the bottom end of this slide. I think important to mention here is that from release 2.0 on, we have a full hybrid specifications. So we have a set of messages and use cases that are available at the short range level and are also available at the so-called IP-based interface. Additional to the specifications, we have defined a process how we also invite external parties and partner to become part of this validation and testing. And for this purpose, we make available our CRTS messages in PCAP formats beforehand. We let partners test on their mobile labs at home and then coming to a testing session and confirming the functionality and the validity of the single test messages. Don't be afraid of the large table you see in front of you. This is only the test matrix we have done in our first cross-testing with the result in 2021 that this full message set has to be confirmed to be interoperable in the European implementations. Now, where are these brokers available in Europe and which have been used at the time of this cross-border testing? And you see several of the countries in C-Roads have already started to implement these brokers. And on these brokers, there are a large number of messages, denim IVI, but also spot map, published and made available in the various message queues. For looking into some details of this, overall, during these cross tests, there have been shared more than 2.28 million CITS messages. And here on the right-hand side, you see the respective slide message table with the number of the messages from the main message types that were available at the time. These have been spot map. These have been IVI, but these have also been denim and POI, so point of interest and parking. And on the left-hand side of this slide, you see an overview of all the messages published at the time in Austria, but seen on the overview table of the Italian message broker. So this would be one heat map, one picture of a specific status of these messages available at the message broker. The second element that I have put into the slide is our French colleagues on their message broker have looked at the messages distributed from Slovenia, and the details of a single message that is published there are fully available and can be seen in this look up into the details of such a single denim message, which is an obstacle on the road somewhere on local street in Slovenia, but nevertheless published on the broker and available for all other participants overall at a broker to connect from. Finally, what have we done and what are these message types that are now available? We have our specifications which fully support all the CITS message types and distribute them on the long range part of the brokers. So the AMQP-based elements, brokers and clients, and they are available and implemented by several member states in Europe, but also by industry partners. And the C-Roads cross tests have been performed with the high message loads and external partners, and they have confirmed that these messages can also be fully analyzed in detail and can be used to cross-check functionalities. And additional to road operator activities for CITS brokers, which are the basic participants in C-Roads, also other participants are currently coming into this domain and this ecosystem, and these are especially vehicle fleet operators, and these are public and private organizations. So now I'm available for additional questions. Thanks a lot.